I followed him for 3 years. He bought a car and a house with me. I thought he loved me, until I was personally put in the dock by him. I just realized, in the world of the rich, the money that is spent on you, a full refund is available at any time. My name is Rice. I am 24 years old. In the eyes of many people, I'm one of those bad women out there. Get involved in someone else's family, coveting the money of rich men. You deserve to end up with nothing. Maybe they're right. Maybe I really deserve it. But I still want to tell my story. Not trying to get sympathy. I just want to tell everyone who is from an ordinary background like me. Good-looking girls. Some roads go in, you can't get out. When I met Sun Mingho, just turned 21. At that time I was doing live broadcast on the short video platform. Not a big live streaming host. There are usually only a few people in the live stream. When Sun Mingho first appeared in my live stream, I didn't give a damn about him. His avatar is also a gray icon that comes with the system. He didn't say a word when he came in. I watched it silently for a while, then suddenly started to brush the carnival. I will never forget that night. Full screen of special effects made my face flush red. My whole body was shaking. I don't know if it's because of excitement, or because of fear. I called out to the camera, "Thank you, brother." The voice is trembling. I found out later. He drank that night. Click into my live stream. I swiped hundreds of thousands. For him, it's just a pastime after socializing. But for me, it was a turning point in my life. It was a starting point that dragged me into the abyss. We added WeChat. He asked me to meet. When we first met, I'm so nervous I can't even hold my chopsticks. He took me to an expensive Japanese food store. He is 34 years younger than I expected, wearing a dark polo shirt, watch on wrist. I don't know the brand, but it looks expensive. He's nothing like that greasy middle-aged man. After dinner that day, he asked the driver to take me home. Before leaving, he took a wad of cash out of his wallet and shoved it at me. Said, "Let me buy some nice clothes. Dress nicely next time you meet." I counted $10,000. I'm holding that wad of money, standing at the door of the rental house. Heart is beating fast. I know what he means. I also knew that if I took the money, it means I default to a relationship. But I still took it, because I'm so poor. So poor that I can't even bear to buy a decent down jacket. Poor enough to pay the rent every month. Only a few $100s left for living expenses. I think just this once, when I've saved enough money, I'll quit. But once you taste the sweetness, you can't go back. The days that followed were like a long dream. He paid me money, spend a lot of money, Chanel bag, Cartier bracelet, Sea Blue Mysteries skincare products. Those luxuries I had only seen in magazines before, appeared in my life one by one. He took me to a Michelin restaurant. Take me to a 5-star hotel in Sanya. When you take me to SKP, the cabinet's sister smiled like a flower when she saw him. Then he bought me an apartment in the west of the city. Full payment. It has my name written on it. The day I got the title deed, hands keep shaking. I said to him, "Brother, is this my home from now on?" He smiled and said, "Yes." How can my woman rent an apartment? I'm leaning on his shoulder. I thought to myself that he must love me. Otherwise, how could you be so nice to me? He's such a big boss. When I am sick, came back from out of town overnight, wipe my forehead with a towel over and over again. My eyes are full of heartache. I opened my eyes in a daze, saw him sitting by the bed. I didn't even have time to take off my suit. Tie tilted to the side, exhausted face. My nose is sore. Tears fell. I said, "Brother, thank you." He said, "Fool, what to say thanks? Aren't you mine?" And in that moment I really believed it. Believe that he loves me. I believe he will divorce for me. Believe that we will have a future. I even started to plan in my mind, when we are together, I'm going to bear him a child, raise him white and fat. But I forgot. He never said he would marry me. Not once. Every time I bring up this topic tentatively, he always understates and forks. He said his wife Wang Shui was his childhood sweetheart. Said they had 2 children. Said his company, he and Wang Shui worked together. When he said these words, the tone is flat. It seems like he is talking about something that has nothing to do with himself. I didn't understand. I thought he was just waiting for the right moment. I naively thought, as long as I'm sensible enough, thoughtful enough, love him enough, he will choose me one day. I started to change, become greedy, become concerned about gains and losses. He used to buy me a bag. I can be happy all day. Then he bought me 10 bags. I don't think it's enough. He used to say he was going home at night. I smiled and said yes. Afterwards, every time he said he wanted to go home, I feel like I'm crazy jealous. I want him to spend more time with me. I want him not to always come home. I want him to stay with me for the night. Do what any normal couple would do. But he always said no. I have to go back. You be good. His favorite words are these three: as long as you are obedient, everything is available. I don't know. In his dictionary, being obedient means not making requests, don't have expectations, don't try to replace your wife. And I happen to be the most misbehaved person. The day I found out I was pregnant, the first thought was fear. I'm afraid he doesn't want this child. I'm afraid he thinks I did it on purpose. I'm afraid he will alienate me because of this. Second thought, it's a smirk that I can't even admit to myself. Have a baby. Is he going to get a divorce? Will you marry me? When he got the news, the first sentence asked, "Did you say you didn't take your medicine?" I whispered no, I forgot to eat it once. Then I heard him lighting a cigarette. The lighter clicked, crisp like the sound of glass breaking. He said, "I came to find you." After he came, sitting by the bed and smoking for a long time. One by one, choking makes me cough. I couldn't see his face, but I could feel his anger. He said, "Rice grains, this child cannot be." My heart suddenly turned cold, and I asked him why. He said that having children is what a wife should do. "You are not my wife." That moment, my tears fell like a dike. I want to say that you will marry me. If you marry me, I will be your wife. But I didn't say it, because I know, once this sentence is said, you can't take it back. I just cry. She cried until she was shaking. He sighed, "Come over and hug me and say don't cry. I will go to the hospital tomorrow to have the surgery done." And he took out a card. "Say there's 500,000. The rest of the money will be used for nutrition for you. 500,000 for the baby in my belly." He probably thinks the price is fair, but I looked at the money. What I think is, it turns out that I am only worth 500,000 in his heart. I didn't go in. I can't bear to. That's a life. I want to give birth to it. I want him to see how cute this child is, and I wanted him to know that I'm not after his money. I do love him, but from that day on, his attitude towards me has changed. He came to see me less and less often, so we went from 3 or 4 times a week to once a week, once every half a month. I didn't see him for the last month. I knew he was waiting for me to give up, wait for me to take the initiative to say goodbye, but I'm not reconciled. I'm really unwilling. I gave him my best 3 years. I gave him my first time. I'm still pregnant with his baby. How could he do this to me? I started doing a lot of crazy things. I checked his phone, keep calling him when he gets home, one by one, call until the phone is turned off. I added his friend's WeChat, inquiring about his wife's movements. When I make these, there is a voice in my heart saying, "Rice grains, you're crazy," but the other one is louder. He's saying, "You're not crazy. You have nothing." On his son's birthday, I sent him a picture of my belly. I said that the baby said that he also wants his father to accompany him on his birthday. I did it on purpose. I know it was his son's birthday. I know he's having dinner with his wife and kids. I just want him to know he also has a child. This child also needs his company. But he didn't reply to my message. Jealousy and hatred grow like weeds. I made the worst decision of my life. I went to Palace B. That afternoon, I stood in front of his house with the pregnancy test report. Fingers shake and shake. I know that once this step is taken, there's no going back, but I pressed it anyway. Nanny opened the door. I gave Mrs. Sun's name. She let me in. Wang Shui was sitting on the sofa in the living room, in loungewear. The hair is casually pulled back, holding a cup of black tea in hand. She looks younger than I thought, and calmer than I thought. He saw my belly. There was a flash of contempt in the gods. Then he smiled and said, "Sit down." That smile gives me the creeps. His calm scared me more than any hysteria. I took the pregnancy test report on the coffee table. Said I was pregnant with your husband's child. I was so nervous, but I tried to look confident. I wanted to tell him, "I didn't come to ask for your forgiveness. I'm here to get back what belongs to me." But he just lifted the teacup. Take a sip slowly, then say, "I know." And. Shouldn't he cry? Shouldn't it be noisy? Shouldn't be like a normal wife? Is that hysterical? His calmness freaked me out. I don't know what to say. My lines are all messed up. Wang Shui dialed Sun Mingho's number. Only 2 words came back. Those 2 words are light and windy, but I can hear it. That's not a request. It was when he ordered Sun Mingho to come back. Saw me sitting on his couch. The face turned white all of a sudden, and he looked at me. He looked at Wang Shui again. Finally my eyes fell on the pregnancy test report on the coffee table. Then go directly to Wang Shui's side. Take her hand and say, "Wife, I was wrong. I didn't handle it well this time. Blame me." He turned to me. There is no warmth in my eyes. He said, "You had to be so embarrassed, didn't you? We could have been physically separated. Since you choose to tear your face apart, then don't blame me for not loving." I was crying and yelling at his jerk, hysterical shouting, but he didn't even bother to look at me. Just standing next to his wife. This time I was in their calm expressions. Looks like a clown. I left his house crying. I know I lost the bet against that man. I used to think he would marry my man. Didn't even look back at me. But a real nightmare. It started after that door closed. Sun Mingho and Wang Shui sued me, asked me to return it within 3 years. All the belongings that Sun Mingho gave me, house, car, bag, jewelry. The transfer is clearly calculated one by one, almost 4 million. Court day, I sat alone in the dock. Opposite is the legal team hired by Sun Mingho, suits and ties, aggressive. Wang Shui is sitting in the gallery. It looks graceful. When the judge pronounces the sentence, my mind is blank. I only heard one sentence: the gift is invalid, should be returned. I didn't hear a word after that. That apartment, I have to return the home I lived in for 2 years, deposit in my name. All my bags and jewelry are compensated at a discount. Finally do the math. I not only didn't get anything, I still owe Wang Shui hundreds of thousands. I slumped in the chair. I was shaking all over, lips trembling to say something. Can't say a word. The child is gone. I don't know if it's because of the pressure, or because I fell before court. Anyway, he's gone. I was lying in the hospital. There is no one around to pour water. The nurse asked me about my family. I said no family. Tears run down temples into ears. I remember the night I first met Sun Mingho. He brushed 50 carnivals, full screen special effects. How young was I then? 21 years old, knows nothing. To think that a man is willing to spend money on you is to love you. I'm so stupid, really. I am 24 now, had a miscarriage, owes hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt, and a bad reputation. In the small county seat of my hometown, everyone knows I was a mistress. I sometimes wonder, if I hadn't collected his carnival that night, if I hadn't taken the $10,000 at the first meeting, if I was pregnant, listen to him and have surgery, will my life be different? End of story. I blocked Sun Mingho downstairs of the company. It rained heavily that day. I'm standing in the rain without an umbrella, drenched. I just want to ask him one question. Did you ever love me? But he said, rice grains. If you have been obedient, that house is still yours. You pushed yourself into a corner, and he turned away. I looked at his back, watched the black Maybach drive away slowly, and I laughed and I laughed and I cried. Rain mixed with tears slit into his mouth. Salty, astringent, the same taste as these 3 years of youth. So that's my story. I'm not a good person. I interfered in someone else's marriage, coveting what doesn't belong to me. He deserved it, but I still want to say, that man, he gave me hope, make me think I can be loved, can have a home. You can live a life where you don't have to worry about money anymore. And he took it all back with his own hands. Didn't even leave me a hug. He calls it a refund only.